cozy.
Hey everybody, welcome to Woke Shelf Collective. I Woke
You
Collective.
know.
To Woke Shelf Collective. Oh God.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's High Shelf Collective. It's just like normal. It's like the same as it's always been. We're for Beacons of Farlight. We don't really have any announcement other than come back for Werewolf. Come back for this game. Werewolf's gonna be on Tuesday. This game's in 2 Wednesdays. And like other stuff coming soon. We're scaling, so give us a sec. But we got it. It's on the way. But that's all I got. So what do we do now?
Fuck if I know.
I think it's just.
Do we play the
I think
game?
we just do that. I think we just. I think we play a game.
Do we have a tepid open?
Do we have a tepid? I mean, we are in the middle of a lukewarm open.
Notorious.
The temperatures are rapidly
Notorious.
dropping, guys.
Yeah. The outskirts of Farlight are dreadfully quiet. The moving citadel, the rolling city of the Carbon Imperium, has left for the safety of all. Citizens have been evacuated, what citizens there are left. A wind howls through the valley underneath Farlight, and 2 figures are seen walking casually as they can through the battlefield. Sisters Anger and Fear stop at a flower bed, a small patch of flowering. One of them turns to the other. Is this where he's buried? I believe so. We don't have to raise him yet, do we? No. We, of course, must dangle the carrot before the stick, as it were. Mother will be so proud of us, won't she? They cackle a shrewd, disharmonious laugh. And we move back underground, under the city of Farlight. In the tunnels, there is a large workspace set aside for a certain artificer of sorts, of acclaim. The hero of Farlight, they have called themselves, building their weapon. 2 metal rails coiled by several copper rings, and at the very end of which a chamber to house a drip core. Moxie Mosfetter is building a weapon they have very affectionately dubbed God Ender. Where do we find the rest of you?
It's always a tough question after so long away. You know what? Gigi's running. Boom. Easy. Done. Running. Physical activity. That's what we're doing. Around the tunnels. That's what I got.
Running, exercising. Are you still doing it to a point of exhaustion each time?
I mean, it's probably not very effective training if you're not tired when you're done. So like maybe we're putting in a 10K a day just to keep limber.
Just to keep limber. It is solemn, your runs. It used to be on your 10K just a few days ago. You would see people milling about and they would smile at you and wave at you and denote your routine, but the halls are empty now. The only people left are people like you, soldiers ready to march to war.
I feel like Gigi probably feels like this is a little, maybe even familiar, of just like, before like escalation, just everybody's kind of, it's all marching in rank and file. It's all like solemn. It's all like whatever. But I think she's really determined to continue to enjoy it. And so it probably just runs a little harder.
You take the seed of unease, the seed of uncertainty, and you mentally you punch it into the soil as hard and as deep as you can as you run. Your mind wanders back to the last time things felt this eerie and quiet. In your last reflection, before you migrated here. Your party, strong, sturdy, and well kept, ready to face off against a force that is unlike anything you guys had faced before. And I will ask you this one simple question. Did you succeed? If yes, why? And if no, why not?
We did succeed. And it was because somebody sacrificed themselves to make that happen.
The weight of the empty space on the team threatening to represent itself on this new family you have found. What is everybody else up to?
Akonis is, as Akonis does, entertaining Onion. Because everybody else is stressed, and Onion doesn't need to feel this stress. So I'm trying to keep this one little controllable thing happy in an attempt to break some tension for myself.
Your connection with Onion is perhaps the strongest connection you have. Remind me and our audience how Akonis came into possession of Onion.
Akonis, while in the... Remind me the name of the forest that I came from? Where the Reclaimed are?
That would be the Reclaimed Wastes.
Okay, I thought so. Damn it, I knew that. Akonis was wandering the Reclaimed Wastes and found Onion sort of growing slowly from a tree. And I think it was the first time that Akonis manipulated nature was to help shape Onion and let him kind of take a life of his own.
You brought forth this entity, a companion for yourself, at a time when you, for all intents and purposes, did not know who or what you were. It seems Onion in this moment is participating in your attempts to keep him unstressed, is attempting to do the same for you by presenting you with, hey, I'm not worried about this, and you shouldn't be either. And is for the most part attempting to engage you in the same way that you were attempting to engage him.
I think Akonis just quietly says to Onion, I'm gonna take care of you like I always have, little guy.
There is I cannot possibly describe this to people who have not heard it, but there is a capybara's squeak that sort of emanates from Onion as he looks up to you and continues to engage and participate in whatever activities you have set forth to de-stress with. Who is next?
Is the wacky artificer guy still here in our little tunnel area?
Yep, he's co-opted a larger area to build the God Ender, but he is still around and available.
Gotcha. I think I think Spark is maybe has found like a book or something down here. Probably not even like sciencey related, just something to like keep her mind busy, but has like posted up near wherever he is and just kind of like watching. Not like suspiciously or anything, but it's just very like curious, you know, at the same time.
If you'd like to, you could roll me a gather information. That would allow you to ask me questions about what he's doing.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. That's 17, 18, 19, 20. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20, that is a critical roll. Don't sue, please. You can ask 2 questions. I will respond to both truthfully.
Righty. Somewhere in here that shows me. I guess it's any questions, right? This one
It's
doesn't
any
have set
question.
ones. Remind me. Okay, so he basically has like a very big battery, right? Essentially, that he is building this like device with. That was like what we
It's not
need to find a core for.
it's not a battery. It's really more of a chassis to hold the core. It is a miniaturized version of the containment chamber for the drip core engine that you guys saw in the unapocalypsed outpost when you guys were back.
I think first, I think she really wants to know, like, what's this guy's deal? Like, I think she's trying to suss out if he's trustworthy. Like, is he really into this in like what seems to be a scientific sense and just wants to like create this and better, or is he ever like whispering away somewhere, looking, making sure I'm not looking at something, like being suspicious about anything?
There is, I think, a certain air of nuance that Spark has come to understand most people to have.
Mm-hmm.
This almost learned concept that not everybody is everything that they say they are on the surface. Moxie in no capacity gives off the vibe that there is any nuance to him whatsoever. Everything, as far as you can tell, he's not in this out of a scientific curiosity. He wants things to be better, but he is doing it because it will make him look good to know and do this stuff.
You know, that's fine. That's fine for him. Okay. How many questions do I have? Another one?
Yeah, one more.
I feel like she's so curious about this device, but I think I, Taylor, don't know the questions to ask. So she's really trying to like on what Spark might be interested in within like what this is like creating. I guess maybe because she was interested when he was like talking about like the miniature versions, essentially, like I think she's just trying to kind of figure out like how he's doing what he's doing, just trying to get a good read on it.
How he's doing what he's doing? Do you mean in creation of the stabilized drip core, or about this gun specifically?
I think probably at this moment this I think the drip core. I think she's more interested in future planning. I think she's trying to gather anything she can because while he may do good by this for his own reasons, better could probably be done for a less vain reason.
Yes, you are almost certain of this. There exists a stabilized, what is essentially a stabilized, self-sustaining drip core among your friends. You know that the morality of the thing he's creating is based on the way and manner in which it is wielded. He is basically, I think, to the best that anyone can understand, he is using the reflections to stabilize the drift cores in a more metaphysical sense, so that they are not posing a more grand threat. The issue with the initial drip cores was their instability in the dimension that they existed in. By basically, essentially anchoring these things to every reflection, he is creating something more stable. You don't, in your mechanical mind, you don't necessarily get the sense that these are unsafe in the capacity that they are capable of melting down. They might be, as any reactor core would be, but the versions that he is creating, you would get the sense that he does genuinely believe that they are not going to catalyze as they have before.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Yeah, then I think she's just very like pretending to read, but very lost in thought about all of this and trying to like parse together what he's doing, how she can redo any of this possibly later down the road, like thinking of other use cases. It's just like thinking about anything but the present. I think is her current deal.
Absolutely. Who's next?
I think Maisie, while they were in like the market district of Farlight, I think in one of the shops, like a shop that she used to go to a lot, probably, found some tobacco and is rolling herself a cigarette like she used to with all the scavs.
As you roll this cigarette, there's a certain almost hopeful air that you're reminded of when you started scavving. This idea that your efforts are bettering Farlight in a very, very tangible sense. Technology brought by scavs was almost always, to some extent, translated, assessed, deconstructed, and put into the city in some capacity. How do you feel about that now?
I think Maisie is trying to not think about that so much. Because in her mind, her memories of being like that brief period of when she was a scav and shit was good is like really idealized in her mind. And she doesn't want to be like, oh man, we were giving shit to these people. I think she's reminiscing about like people.
This almost I would say almost rose-colored lens of the air that you have created rolling this cigarette is I guess depending on Maisie, I don't know if it is shattered or further cemented by the fact that you hear a very familiar voice down the bar from you. Are you going to roll me one?
Who?
Russell is sitting a couple seats away from you.
What? I think she out loud looks at him and says, "What?"
A cigarette. Are you going to roll me a cigarette?
Grabs, like jumps up, grabs him by the collar. Who the fuck are you?
The minute you make physical contact with him, like smoke, he vanishes. He fades away. And the illusion of the aura that you're not sure anymore. You weren't mentally building it. It was just occurring. It vanishes. It shatters. Do you feel angry or afraid in this moment?
The two blur together so easily for Maisie.
Then you hear two voices laying on top of each other in as discordant a melody as two voices can make. You could have him back. You could have all of this back. All you would need to do is bring us that plucky friend of yours.
I have 4. Also, what? You can't just talk in my head. You can't do that.
Very out loud. I to be more clear, the voices are very. They're filling the room practically.
Okay.
Not,
Why are you watching me?
What reason have we to watch anybody? None of your warrior mates. The one with the suit. The one with the engine. Bring him to us. His weapon too. And you can have your friend back.
The weapon that can fucking eviscerate a city? That one?
On the long list of its functions and implications, that is one of them.
Why?
Why else?
No. You could talk to me like this when I worked for you. You can't talk to me like this now.
That would be true if we weren't still holding all the cards.
Fuck, I don't even know what that means. I never know what your shit means. God damn.
A terrible tragedy, Russell. Unexpected. Really, really tragic. Doesn't he deserve a life? All Moxie has done is tear you apart. sow the seeds of distrust back in your friendship.
I'll give you Moxie, but I can't give you the weapon.
Then we can't give you Russell.
Maisie thinks about it for way longer than she wishes she would think about something like this. You're just saying shit. You're just saying shit. You're desperate.
We know
Why the
where
fuck else
he's
would you come here?
buried. Do you really think we lack the ability to resurrect the dead? Of everything we're capable of, dragging the moon down from the heavens, calling upon powers greater than you could ever fathom, and resurrecting the dead is where you're going to draw the line?
You should have done it sooner then.
All things come with a price. There was no price to pay before. There is a price to pay now.
Let me think.
Think all you want. If that weapon goes off, the door closes. If Moxie makes off, the door closes. If Mother Grievance falls, the door closes.
Where should I bring him?
There is a storage facility attached to the Citadel. A moratorium, they call it. Bring him there. Drop him in the weapon in any cell. And your friend will be waiting for you when you get home.
No. You gotta do it when I'm there.
As you wish, your friend will be waiting for you. Right beyond the door.
No, I have to see it.
You will see him.
Fuck you. Maisie hesitates for like a long time before saying anything else. And then she doesn't.
There are no further words from them.
Maisie's gonna leave to find people.
Alithos, what are you up to?
Alithos is probably not too far off from where Akonis is. They've sort of been without a goal for a little bit now, so I think they're just kind of loitering, sort of watching whatever folks are getting up to, whoever's sort of nearby at whatever we're going to consider camp. Sort of people watching.
It is, and I don't know how much sense this would make to explain to Alithos specifically, but it is a heavy room you are loitering in. The people milling about aren't really like milling about happily. They are moving with purpose that they do not want to be moving with.
Oh, Alethos is adding to the shitty vibes. Like, Alethos is also sort of in their own head about a lot of things at the moment. They keep trying to help and it keeps not working, and they keep getting told to do other stuff, and they don't really know what people want from them at this point. So they're just kind of moping, but like in a more like actively emo sense. I don't know. Like they are contributing to the whack vibes.
It is rough. It is rough to have to be idle at this time. I think the lance does come through at one point, looks at you standing about. Tough final days, huh?
So I have been told.
So you're telling me you don't see it?
I see it. It is everyone.
It is everything.
Is it you?
It's hard to topple an empire and then have to immediately come around and topple another one.
You're tired?
Not more tired than you guys, certainly.
But you are tired.
Oh, of course.
So why do you continue?
I met a group of 5 individuals who, for better or for worse, helped me see that I had a choice. And I am attempting to extend that same latitude to everyone else.
Do you think you would still continue if you didn't have this choice?
I do have this choice.
You do not understand hypotheticals?
I don't think that hypotheticals apply to situations where the outcome is not probable. If I turned around and left now, things would only get worse for everything.
So there's no iteration where you do not keep trying.
I can't conceive of a version of me that's that selfish. Especially after having met the 5 of you.
How do you know that you are right? That you are on the right side of this? Everyone is talking about the right way to do this, or the right thing to do, or the right people to lead. How do you know?
That is a tough one. You don't. But you have an intuition for these things. You see that there is a big guy and a little guy, and the big guy keeps pushing the little guy down, so you intervene. You give the little guy the foothold they deserve. You knock the big guy over if you have to. And in this case, the big guy is kidnapping and killing people. So the interpretation is not that difficult.
And if you save the little guy and he becomes a big guy for someone else, does that not mean that you are the big guy in the everything? Does that not mean that you have done something wrong?
I don't think so. I think that you did what was right in the moment, and you were not implicitly responsible for anyone's choices but your own.
Why do you care about the little guy? This is my last question. I won't bother you.
As far as I'm concerned, you're allowed to bother me as much as you want. You saved my world. You saved my everything. Fighting for the little guy is something I've always done, I guess. My wife is the little guy. Of course, I was the big guy in that scenario, but I still moved to protect her. And then the little guy was the 5 of you. And if I had chosen to stay the big guy when Arkham Icarus exploded, you would all be dead.
I don't know that I will ever understand how you all make these decisions.
We don't understand it either.
But you are so convicted.
Gotta be. If you aren't convicted, people die.
It seems that people die either way. It is just a matter of
True,
who.
but there are nuances to it that you
There are
learn.
good people to die, is what you mean.
There are good people to save.
You are probably correct.
I would never ever tell you that I was. They do a sort of awkward nod, give you a light tap on the shoulder, and then they walk off. And I will say, Maisie, this is when you return. You re-enter the under tunnels. I would imagine quite quickly.
Do I see like Alithos?
Yeah, I'll say Alithos was loitering pretty common area.
Hey man, we gotta talk with like everyone, I think. Not Moxie, definitely not Moxie.
Of
Lance
course.
is a maybe, probably not.
Okay. I assume you would like to do this privately.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Clearly a look of like, I know something is not right, but I'm not gonna ask. Feel like that's for the private conversation.
I think Maisie acknowledges this look with a nod.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will start collecting them.
Okay, I'll find him too. This isn't just a you thing, but like, yeah, I'll do a lap. Gigi's probably running really fast, so
She is very fast.
yeah, I don't know how she does it or why she does it really.
I will say it does not take you long to gather everybody up. Spark is the most innocuous, being in the workshop with Moxie, but you guys find a nice quiet corner to adjourn to.
Okay, hey everyone. I know vibes are not great today, but I got propositioned by the two bad ones to give them Moxie and is gone.
Excuse me? The people
Yeah.
that were making the gun
Yeah, to
to
kill.
fight
How to kill.
want. And that seems like a pretty obvious thing, though. You know, I feel like the bad guy would want the thing that's gonna kill the bad guy.
Yeah, that does seem obvious in retrospect. You're right, Spark.
Like, if I knew that someone was gonna kill me with the gun, I'd be like, hey, can I have that gun?
Yeah. Yeah.
You are considering this.
I'm not considering it. I'm not considering it. I just wanted to run it by everybody in case.
Sorry, what color is my doubt again?
Well, I don't remember. Oh.
I feel like it's
I have it
equally
in
as
my
iconic
notes.
if Alito says that out loud. Though. What color is doubt again?
Which one? Which color is doubt? Just as they're sort of
Shady as
turning
hell.
green. Like,
Is there a way we could do it and still win?
What? I mean,
And I have a
do they
lot of
just
bombs.
do they just expect you to do this for free? Like, what's the catch?
Well, the catch is they can they can I this is TMI, but I had a friend a while ago and he's dead, and that is the proposition. Macy's not making eye contact with anybody.
Do you trust them, though?
No. No. No, I don't. I don't.
We could hand over Moxie. That's not the worst idea.
I said
Did
that
it-
to them.
Did they specify like his condition?
They okay.
Is he not dead? After all?
Like
They yeah. They
like-
implied. Sorry.
no, I'm just saying, like, at least we could think it through. Like, I don't know that I think it's a good idea, but we could at least like think through the options. I think, in all fairness, I just also really don't care for that Moxie guy. So, like, you know,
He's
Yeah,
okay. He's just really vain.
you guys can be honest. I know it's a stupid idea and I shouldn't be considering it. So
It is not a stupid idea.
It's a little selfish.
It's not.
Some would say that. They want
Could be-
you to give up the world to save a person you care about. You are not the only one who has had to think about a proposition such as this. It is not stupid to think about.
Can someone just overrule me? Can someone just say we're not doing it? So that I didn't make the decision. Please.
What do you want us to do?
Tell me that we're not going to do that. Just tell me it's the wrong decision and that we shouldn't be considering it.
I mean, it is the wrong decision. We shouldn't be considering it, but like that's not really always a relevant like element to a conversation, you know? I feel like you probably shouldn't give a doomsday weapon to like the people that you want to like kill with the doomsday weapon. But like if we could like fuck them over. I don't know, how clever do we feel?
That'd be risky, right? So, I mean, like you're saying, set a trap for them?
Do they know what this weapon looks like?
Almost certainly.
Do they
I
know
don't even know how they
what
talk
the
to me.
inside of this weapon looks like? We could make them think they have the weapon.
Okay.
Or we could give them like a faulty weapon that's just gonna explode when they try to use it.
Hey, can you guys? I don't know if they're like in my head or if they can see through my eyes and my ears
Yeah,
or what.
that's a good point.
Mm.
Good point.
So how about this? You guys plan? I'm gonna talk to them to distract them, I guess.
Why did they
I'll be-
pick you to talk to?
I don't know. I worked for them for a long time. I worked directly for them for a long time. That's probably how. And also I think they have something to do with my sleep and everything. But I don't know.
With the screaming and the apples and the shadow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So do you guys make a plan or decide something? I'm gonna be like closing my eyes and going la 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 or some shit or talking to them. I don't know.
Okay.
I think Alethos just sort of claps a hand on Macy's shoulder, and there's a look. He's not going to say it out loud because there are ghosts in her brain that will hear him. But like, there's a look that's like, we're not going to let you do the dumb thing. Squeeze.
Maisie's gonna exit to an adjacent room.
Okay, I gotta ask, how fucking cocky are we? You know? Like what
Pretty
color's that?
cocky.
What color's that, Alethos? Do you have that one? Like cocky, arrogant,
Cocky.
maybe
Arrogant.
hubris.
Arrogant.
If hubris,
I have arrogant.
okay, yeah, we can work with that. Cause like we could also just like do what they ask, and then like just kill them instead or something. Like I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs, but I'm not thinking rationally. This will be real. I'm not. Whatever. What do we want to do? I don't know.
The rational answer would be to do nothing, to give them
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to think rationally.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Spark, do you think you could build a gun that doesn't work? Or that works bad and in the opposite direction?
And watching them work on the good gun, though I can probably figure something out. And if all else fails, we do have some really big bombs for my dad.
We
Like,
could make a thing that looks like a
really
gun
big
and is
bomb.
full of bomb.
I'll blow them up before they have a chance to use the gun.
It's a big risk.
Can they like teleport like the other guy did? That's what's stopping them from just leaving the area and using the gun and killing all of us that are here.
Yeah. Nothing? I don't really know what they do.
And they'd figure out immediately it's wrong, and then we're there.
Yeah.
And if they bring back Maisie's friend, is it like a genie promise where it's going to be like a little fucked?
That sounds like something that they would do.
Probably. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to
I
help
mean,
Maisie in whatever way we can. I just don't want it to be worth to have something bad brought back because of all of this. Or immediate reciprocation from them for us not doing what they ask. But I'm also down to make a gun that doesn't work and blow them up.
It could be a gun that doesn't work very quickly and blows them up. I think it would have to be.
I would attempt it if it's one of y'all that they promised to bring back. So maybe it's someone that important.
I get the feeling that it is.
Let's make a really fucked up gun.
How are we going to convince Moxie of this plan?
Don't think we tell them.
I
Works for me.
do we care what that guy thinks?
I
I
just-
kind of
We
just
don't, but
figured
we
we
do
just
care if
weren't
he
gonna
runs
tell
away.
him everything. I just figured we weren't gonna tell him anything, and then just kind of be like surprise, and then be like, "Well, you should have trusted us. If it turns out fine, and if it turns out bad, well, we won't really have to say anything, I guess, at that point." But you know, like we could we could lie like a bunch of we could lie.
Why do we need to tell Moxie?
th-
We don't have to. I just am considering all options.
What if okay? This is an even worse idea than any idea that I think anybody's had today. What if we ask for his help?
Terrible. Pick a new
We would
plan.
have to be
Like-
confident that he would not run away.
Like because he knows how all the little like the core thingies work. he could probably make one that's pretty fucked up, and it might mess up the gun. But
He
maybe
has an
that
old
just.
prototype
But
still.
is that really bad? Does that destroy everything? I don't.
I think it depends on
If
what
it's like really
type of
little.
fucked up.
Yeah.
He's really just doing all this because it's going to make him look good. So if we just convince him that this is another thing that's going to make him like go down in the history books, I think it'd help us.
Yeah.
It might make Maisie like him. Or tolerate him.
Huh. Do we want that?
He might. We could convince him that it might make her like him, and then maybe he would want to help, because that would be a person that likes him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go team?
You guys make your way. I assume you collect Maisie and make your way to Moxie's workshop. You enter. There is a
Real
again.
quick,
Yeah.
can I interject? I think if this is still part of planning, Maisie is going to continue to abstain from being present for this.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
I also think Gigi's gonna go check out Maisie, because like,
Oh.
what's she gonna fucking do? Like, I don't know shit about guns. not this me. You
not
know.
everybody needs to, you know?
Not everyone-
Where's Gun Gigi when you need her?
Somewhere else.
You guys make your way to Moxie's lab. Spark, you were, I think, the one expressing the most fear about the current situation. Once you enter the workshop, you hear Moxie's whistling tune, and that fear is dulled, alleviated. What do you guys do? He's whistling. He's working on a gun. It is a rail gun, 2 big rails, copper coil, and then the big chamber at the back with the trigger.
I just look at the other two like, who's pitching this plan to them? No. Ah. Oh no. Like waddles up, hops onto like a little stool somewhere and so like, how you doing?
There is almost a cat-like hair standing on end from tailbone all the way up, like a shutter almost, as you fully just knock Moxie out of whatever zone he was in. Turns, fully whips around as quick as he can to look at you, points the wrench at you. Ah, hello. What can I do you for, my friend? Interested in the weapon? God Ender, I'm calling her. All I need to do now, I think, should be simply finish the stable drip core, stick it in, and give it a good old test fire.
Sorry, you can test fire this weapon?
Of course. Why would you make a
Does it-
weapon you couldn't test?
Well, I figured the test was like, you know, blowing up the individual city you hope to blow up. What else are you blowing up?
This isn't going to blow up a city. At most, it's going to blow up the castle.
Okay, well, that's a big part of the city. Speaking of this weapon and blowing up things and castles and people that might live in castles that are really bad, we have a plan that I think we want your help with.
Oh, but of course. Anything to help my fine fellow heroes?
Can we make this gun, but that doesn't work like this gun?
Oh, you want to make like a floor model to boost morale, I bet.
Yes, we will definitely be boosting morale. Of the insert sisters' names specifically.
Sister Fear and Sister Anger.
Sister Fear and Sister Anger, because they want you and this weapon, but we don't want that to happen. So we want to give them a fake one that's gonna blow up and kill them.
Oh, okay, sure. I can't build a decoy me. That would be building a person, and that's not something I'm capable of.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come. Did they also want him, or is it the gun?
Both,
We'll
I
come up
think.
with a different. Okay, we'll come up with something else. So you're not on the line. I think the plan one was the gun will kill them. So then that way you and other people can get out safely.
Well, we already sent the last transport for the rolling city. There's no going back here. This gun is going to kill them. If that's what you're worried about, I don't understand the need for a decoy.
There's someone in the castle that needs to not be killed that we have to get out that they have.
Okay, so like a rescue mission.
Yeah.
What
So
if
we do the decoy, maybe that like throw them off, and then you shoot the big gun.
Sure. So we're bringing both a decoy gun and the real gun.
I mean, I assume someone else can maybe use the real gun from somewhere else, but I don't know.
Right. No, it is a simple push of a button, but we don't want to be in the castle when it fires.
Yes, the
So-
decoy gun will make a big enough kerfuffle that we get out of the blast area.
Right.
Yeah.
How about this?
Okay.
We just fire the gun,
But
which is
the
designed
problem
to kill them already.
is the person that we need to get that's alive.
Right, sure. I can see why this might be a troublesome. How about I build you a grenade of some kind, and you tell them that's the weapon? I mean, it's not like they know what the gun looks like.
Good point.
Good. So,
They have to look really impressive, like it's gonna be like a god killer, you know?
no,
Like,
yes,
do you have like
I
a drip cord
never-
that doesn't actually work anymore that you can be like, ooh, flashy or something?
So, do you
know?
want it to kill them or not? Because if I give you a broken drip core, it's going to do something way worse.
Worse can be good.
I beg your pardon?
Worse can be good.
Worse than killing them. Can be good?
Worse to them. Or worse to us.
It would be no. Well, that depends on if you're in the blast radius. It would be like, what's the least gruesome way I can describe this? It would be like being separated into millions of threads and stretched out end to end.
But they would like cease to exist after that
They
point,
would,
right?
they would stop being a problem for sure.
I didn't want to like accidentally turn them into like a million little pieces of problems across all different like reflections. Like that'd be bad.
Okay, so you want me to build the evil weapon and not the good, happy weapon that is just going to kill them.
I don't know. I don't want them to have here's the thing. The weapon that we give them So it'd be bad for them, but not something they can use immediately. So maybe like it looks a little faulty, or I don't know. I don't know what
Oh,
we
you
convince them,
want it
because
to
we have to
be
convince them that this is the weapon and we have given it to them. We get the friend back, then
you'd like to be able to remote detonate.
yes. I should have thought of this. So this is my whole thing.
Sure.
This is my
That's
my
yes,
literal whole
absolutely.
personality.
So you're going to bring them a bomb and me,
Yeah.
and then you're going to take the friend out of the castle and leave me
And you.
and a bomb.
And you.
Well, okay, so I don't want to be a downer on your plan because I flattered you came to me with it. If you're leaving with me, in what world do any of us get away from the bomb soon enough for it to go off?
I can walk through walls.
Can you take other people with
And
you when you do that?
if you wear the same armor with, I think we have 2 in the party.
I will build you a bomb. You can go without me. How about that? Simple, easy. I'll build you a remote detonator. If you have to escape, you can. It sounds like I don't have powers.
Now looking very pointedly at Alethos.
Why me?
You're the only one that can be other people.
That, you know what? I think it takes them a second. They're like what? And then get it. Shrug.
Decoy weapon at step 1.
That'll take me 20 minutes. I've got a bad drip core lying around.
I would call this a success so far. Step 1.
Yeah, while Moxie gets to
She,
work on that,
eyebrows are so concerned. Like she's like, none of this makes sense.
Gigi, you go and find Maisie.
Yes. What's Maisie doing?
Maisie is in. I don't know what the room would be, but it would be like her and just alone in this big ass room, just head in her hands. And is saying things to nobody. I think she's trying to get the attention of the sisters, but it might not be working.
The fear and anger that you felt in that old shop has, for the most part, not gone away. But they do not respond if you attempt to communicate with them.
Okay. So yeah, Gigi would be walking into Maisie, facing the other direction, just sitting like at a table by herself. She's like, "Fucking pieces of shit! I know you can hear me."
Psst.
Oh,
Hey.
Jesus! Fuck.
Sorry. Just wanted to
Hi,
check
Gigi.
in. How's the voices or is this, which ones are these that we're
Fear
talking
and
about?
anger. Fear
Fear and anger. How's the fear and anger?
I think they're still here,
Oh,
but it's okay. I don't know how much
okay.
they know. This, I'm probably making all you guys do this shit for nothing. It probably isn't gonna work. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not the the longest shot we've ever taken, I don't think, by
might
any
be so.
means. So, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I just wanted to check in because this is kind of a really fucked up situation, like on a more personal level than I feel like it normally is.
Oh, what do you mean? Sorry.
I feel like the stakes are really like personal and pointed in a way that I don't love, to be honest. Like just for anybody involved.
Um, it's okay. Like, really, we don't have to do anything, and we can just do the normal plan of killing them ourselves and going in and sneaking in and all that good stuff you said. I don't want this to throw that off because it's a long shot, even if they do hold up their end of the bargain.
Sure, that all those things you said make a lot of sense. But I mean, is that how you feel about it?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Skeptical face. Just like, sorry, I don't change colors when I'm feeling really skeptical, but I hope it's coming across.
Um, you know, um, he would give me so much shit if he knew that I was even considering doing this.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to pretend that I'm somebody who wouldn't consider this.
So you don't think he would want to be resurrected or whatever?
I mean, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. But I don't know if I'd be the first person he'd want to see. Um, I uh, I just feel like I owe it to him a little bit.
I get that. Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, oh goodness, my computer did something bad. Oh, okay. Um, I mean, I guess if I knew that I had a shot to do something similar, I don't think it'd really matter how bad of an idea it was personally, and I feel like a lot of people probably feel that way.
Okay.
So I don't know. Could be worth a shot. It's I guess, but
I mean,
I don't,
Gigi, I really appreciate it. I do. Um, I don't want to be the reason this all goes to shit.
well, it'd really be a team effort, I think, at that point. Um, I think everybody was kind of signing up to potentially, uh, just make a horrible mistake. Like, yeah, but it is a team effort. Does that help?
It makes me feel bad a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But I appreciate that. I appreciate that you guys care about that, I guess.
This went a lot better in my head, but we were kind of just making like I didn't actually think of any words to say. It just in my head it went really well. S- That's my bad.
Gigi, you're fine. I'm just a bit frazzled right now. I promise.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
whatever you guys decide to do, whatever you think is the best thing to do, please, aside from all my shit, if you guys decide that dealing with this is the best way to go, then we can do it. I promise. But if really, if you guys are, it's too big a risk. It's any of that. Like I'm not like I get it. I want that. I don't want all of this to be my fault. So thank you for coming in, but please don't worry about all how I'm feeling right now. I guess it's not the most important thing.
I don't know that I agree with that, but noted.
GG, let's we're probably keeping them waiting. So
The
I wouldn't know.
sound of a door being kicked open happens behind you guys. In walks Moxie, of course, followed by your three compatriots. Moxie
I
put
think real quick, can I paint the scene
Yeah.
of I think Maisie, when she was getting up and being like, hey, like really, like I think we're keeping people waiting, but thank you. I think she put her hand on Gigi's shoulder and was like uncomfortably close for a second. So when they kick down the door, it looks like something was about to happen.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt anything. I have
But
the package for you. And Maisie, as Moxie enters, you feel that fear and anger subside to some extent. It's still there. It's still in the back of your mind, but it is not as gripping as it was. And Moxie puts down a very sleek, rectangular, blinking box on the table, and then tosses behind him to Spark a small handheld device with a big button on top. The package to be delivered, the Moxie to be delivered, and
this is the gun.
that is the weapon.
Okay. Shit. All right. Okay, we're doing this. Okay. Okay.
When I left, there hadn't really been a decision made, so I guess so.
By the way, Maisie is fully convinced that this is the real gun. Okay.
Gigi has no idea. Could be either or. 50-50 shot. Who knows?
All right. Are we just gonna go like that?
Looks like it.
Weapon in hand, Moxie in tow. We are going to, for the moment, take a small break. When we come back, we will deal with the ramifications of this plan. But for the time being, get up, stretch your legs, use the restroom, take your beverages and put them in a new place to mix it up a bit. Take a sip from your beverages for hydration reasons. And here's a fun fact. I did read a study that showed that most sodas, and I'm saying this because I've been drinking nothing but Dr. Pepper today. Most sodas are as hydrating, if not more hydrating, than water. So
Where'd you find?
hydration.
Where'd you
Just a
Where'd
lot
you
of
find
sugar.
that study, JT?
that
Where,
study.
what's your resort? What's
in
your
a very
source?
convenient place. In a
a
very
very-
convenient place.
Oh, I see. I see. We went to the right wing school of research.
No, I went to the JT School of Research.
Sharing notes. It seemed.
Yes. No.
Okay.
Drink real water. Real
Drink
water is good for you.
Sure.
I will still be drinking pop. I drink water later.
Okay. Pop.
Nighttime.
All right.
Don't you dare come for pop.
Nighttime is
I-
a water.
Listen.
This
Call
is
yourself a
this is
linguist.
This is a
I
pop
ca-
campaign.
Don't be a
this is a
goddamn
pop
prescriptivist,
group.
Eve.
Look, I come from the land of okay. Do you want a Coke? What kind? And the answer can
Right.
be orange
Dr.
Fanta.
Pepper. Orange Fanta.
Also,
Right.
this is
You
Tanner.
know,
They're all Cokes.
Tanner,
It
you
can't
want
be
to
both.
drink well?
Oh, Tate, he wants to play.
You don't want to play.
Has he made a character sheet?
Hold on.
That's Moxie. What are you talking
That's
about?
no, it's Cowboy Moxie.
Why do you think Moxie wears a hat all the time?
We're bringing back Cowboy
I
Moxie.
do
from
need.
last
I
episode.
do need like Moxie, but with like the cat ear, like headphones or something. Like
Mhm.
Cowboy Moxie. I do need to see that in
I
4K.
think- Yeah, there's a fucking reflection where Moxie's just a streamer.
I need a very
He goes-
disingenuous.
and he
yeah,
goes,
like,
yeah.
thank you. You got me.
Good, we're
Yeah,
going
take
on
back
the
what I
break.
said about
Take
We're
a
out of here.
break,
We gotta go.
everyone.
We gotta go. Bye, everybody. See you later. We'll be right back.
So you're
Incredible.
ending on 6.
You're ending
Yeah,
on
Well,
6.
si-
Why?
Six
What
is
is
the
your
last one.
logic?
Ending
What?
on Star Wars
What?
episode 6. Okay.
Fascinating.
After
Well, welcome
including
back,
all the
everybody.
Lego Star Wars.
Yeah, you play all the Lego Star Wars games.
Did you have to play the
I-
entire Skywalker
The best
Legacy
game.
like collection?
Where did the new
like,
series fit in on
obviously?
this? Is that
They
after the
don't.
fact? Oh, they don't.
Well,
Okay.
if you want to do
I-
like chronology, you can do you start with Acolyte, obviously, but they're making an Acolyte prequel now.
Okay.
So you watch that and then you watch
I think
Acolyte.
I may actually be in a position to watch Hearts
No,
Order.
I don't.
Well,
see my previous comment on prequels. How you do have to watch the original work
You don't have
to
to
appreciate a prequel.
Star Wars.
Um,
A prequel is Star Wars is simply a matter of chronology. It doesn't mean anything to context.
Hmm.
disagree.
so
But
what I
okay, we're back. everybody.
Welcome back.
well, before you can watch all the new series, but before you watch The Mandalorian, you do have to watch Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker Epic Rap Battles of History.
Okay.
Right.
First.
Yeah.
See, listen,
All right.
I think you're right. I think you might be onto something with this order. I may have to do this.
You need
'Cause
this
I've
in
only
writing.
seen
Let's
4.
do it.
I've only seen 4. So I'm in a position to do this.
We're gonna do a
And that-
Beacons Star Wars watch after Beacons is over and before next Beacons begins.
We're gonna
You'll
have
be doing it
community
constantly
night.
till
It's
next
gonna
weekend.
be the
And that's
entire
not
a
sleep.
heart,
canon. That is
heart
a
machete
canon
order.
statement that is got the high shelf collective stamp of approval. That's the order you have to do things in.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Beak. To
We're this
It's
kind of
such a
show.
bad idea.
The energy is so weird in Beacon because we are all so goofy, and the tone, it is so serious. You guys are preparing to leave, to go to the moratorium, to trick Sisters Anger and Fear into taking the bomb that Moxie Mossvetter has made for you guys. In the scuffle of getting everything together and mentally preparing Alethos, you are pulled to the side by Akonis.
You know we're not going to leave you behind, right?
That is what you're concerned about.
I just don't want you to think that it's easy for us to offer you up in place of Moxie.
I am not disillusioned to think that any of this is easy. It seems everything lately has been difficult for everyone.
But this is hard too. We don't want to put you in danger. I don't want to put you in danger.
It is the logical choice.
It's a stupid one. We could just put Moxie in there.
He did not want to go.
Easy enough to make him anyway.
And why don't you? Why don't they? It is the logical choice for me to pretend.
That puts you in their targets. Puts a target on your back. There's no reason. Moxie is expendable at best.
And I am not.
Of course not. You're part of this fucked up little family that we have.
I do not think that is how the definition of family.
I think more families are fucked up than we give credit.
I would not know.
I mean, we're your family. Whether or not you think it, you're stuck with us.
Unless you leave me with the sisters.
Which we would not do.
You may not have a choice.
I'm not entertaining the thought of leaving you behind.
Why not?
Because there's no reason to. You're far more valuable to us than Moxie is.
That is likely.
Not because you're usable. Because you're you.
But who I am is you.
But that's not... We're not basing value on usability.
What do you base it on? The Lance spoke of finding people to do all of this for, and he could not explain why that decision was made, what makes people want to do good things, why the things are good, why do you?
Because I've been alone for a really long time. And all of a sudden I have this weird little family around me, and I'm not going to lose it for anything. I don't care if the sisters win. I don't care if Maisie gets Russell back. All I care about is that we make it through. If the sisters told me everybody gets to live as long as we give up, then we give up.
Maybe not everyone has the same idea like I thought. It seems like everyone else is set on one outcome and will not entertain anything else.
Well, everyone else can be a little stupid sometimes.
That doesn't mean they won't try. That doesn't mean they won't get their way. It doesn't even mean they're not right. Apparently, right is also subjective.
Very much so, because I would say they're wrong. I just don't want you to go into this thinking that the easy choice is letting you take Moxie's place.
If it is not the easy choice, why is it so easy for everyone else to make?
Because they think you're brave and smart and capable. And not that I don't, I don't want to put any of us in the line of fire.
Including yourself.
Well, I didn't say that.
There is always a but.
I'd rather it be me than anyone else.
Do I not get to make that same decision? Or is this another decision that I do not get to make?
I don't want to make the decision for you. You base so much on usability, on function. Sometimes people just have value, Alethos.
Am I people, Akonis?
You've always been people to me.
It is hard to feel like people to myself.
That's okay. We'll be here to remind you.
As long as the world does not explode again.
Hopefully it won't happen, but if it does, we'll be by your side until the end.
If I have to survive another end of another world, I think I will learn what angry is.
Good. Makes you people even more.
Perhaps.
Definitely. Surviving makes you people, Alethos. And you've survived this long. Barring the one time Macy destroyed you, which I still haven't forgiven her for, but
I don't know if I forgive that either, but I do not know that it matters that I do.
it does. This is the shit that I'm talking about. You're people. You matter. And you don't have to believe me, but I'm gonna keep saying it until you do. It's one decision you don't get to make for yourself. I'm sorry.
If I am people too, and my decisions matter, and I am not just useful, can I be selfish?
Of course. People are always selfish.
Why does everyone want to help save this Russell when nobody wanted to help me save my world? Do I get to be angry about that, Akonis?
Yeah.
Is that
You're
what this
allowed.
is? Angry?
It sounds like the first emotion you've learned on your own.
I don't like it.
No one
Are there
does.
are there better ones?
I don't think we get to rank them.
But this is not. I do not like this one,
I
Akonis.
know.
Alethos,
Yes. God.
the anger that you are feeling is strong. Yeah. It feels like a deep, deep well that you have only just dug into. And the two of you are interrupted by Moxie. And that well becomes a shallow puddle.
Did he have fucking do that straight to you? He can't keep saying that straight to you. What does this mean?
I hate to interrupt.
Then don't.
It's a bit late for that, isn't it? You are to get going, and I must return to my weapon. if you aren't back, let's say within a day, I am just going to fire the weapon. To be clear.
Why don't you just come with us? You don't have to wait a day.
Well, I don't want to be rude, but the tone of your voice suggests that my going with you would result in an untimely demise. Not a risk I am keen to take.
They wouldn't let you die, Moxie. Not for no good reason.
Yes, see, that's the qualifier on the sentence there. That's what concerns me. Anyway, I've explained to Spark how the weapon works. I just thought I should let you all know that we're ready. And that I'm, again, ready to level the weapon should you fail.
Akonis turns back to Alethos. Are you sure this is what you want to do? If you don't, we won't make you.
Alethos looks directly at Moxie. I don't think cowardice is one of the emotions I will be learning. Not yet.
Akonis turns back to Moxie. He saved your life today. I hope you know that.
It is appreciated. Here's hoping I don't have to save yours.
I don't think you could if you tried, but I appreciate the sentiment.
You wound me.
Good.
If only.
Moxie turns and leaves. The anger from Shallow Puddle again to Well.
I feel like that man should make me more angry. But he doesn't, and I think that makes me angry.
I think it's very good of you to not be angry with him. He is an infuriating little man.
Yes, this is my confusion. He is saying things that logically should result in anger, but do not.
Feelings aren't logical,
That is correct.
and very unfortunate.
Yes, and you all have so many more of them.
You have time, you'll learn.
Maybe.
Definitely. We're not leaving you behind.
You guys disembark. The streets are the emptiest they have been since you got back. There are no arc sentinels. There is no power on the streets. Just a wind that blows through the buildings in such a manner as to evoke a sense of emptiness at the bottom of your core. Farlight itself is as though a long stretch of road at 3 a.m. with nothing but your headlights to light the way. It is empty and desolate and it is not the lifeless market street that you are all so deeply familiar with. You march your way up to a black metal castle that stands at the top of the hill that Farlight is built on. They make no show of the gate being locked or even closed. You, like you did so long ago when you were first invited, walk into the castle, into the citadel of the Night Watch, and make your way to their dungeon, affectionately named the Moratorium. It is eerily clean, where you would expect dust to settle on the black stones. There is none. Where you would expect rust to take the metal bars of the cells. There is none. A single cell door is opened. And there is a knock at the door at the end of the hall.
Point of order. Is Alithos already looking like Moxie as we like come up?
Yeah, probably. Probably like once the place is within like eyesight or something. I think that tracks.
Could I go invisible and just kind of pal around for all of this
Yeah,
with my shadow
absolutely.
meld? Thank you.
Any other things that need to be taken into account?
I think just whenever we're like ready, Maisie is going to try to talk to them again.
Okay. Before we get into this, I would like to make sure that the message in chat was seen by all. Maisie, you reach out to them mentally again. I think you're all starting to feel either angry or afraid or both. Akonis and Alethos both likely more angry than afraid. Spark, I would reckon, more afraid than angry. Maisie, a mix of both. They melt together for you, as you previously mentioned. Gigi, which is it for you?
I'm gonna go with anger. Like a lot of it, but we can unpack that later.
The threshold into the castle is like wading into a deep end of these emotions that you did not know was there. The well turns into a lake. And you are angrier or more afraid than you were before. And there is this scene. Open cell, knock at the door at the end of the way.
Maisie looks around to everybody to, well, I guess Spark's invisible, but for confirmation that we're ready. All right. I've got what you want.
There is no response.
Fucking. Come on, I can't give this shit to you if you don't say something to me, if we can't talk.
Your attention is drawn, perhaps guided, to the open cell.
No, I'm not just leaving it there without any confirmation that the deal is being made. That's not how this works.
The door at the end of the way, although looked to be black metal initially, a panel in the door goes from black to fully transparent as the tint on a glass is removed, and there is a very familiar face behind it. You see your friend Russell looking rather worried.
I want to keep in mind that Maisie doesn't know the extent of the plan by design because she thinks they're watching through her. I think Akonis is the person closest to her that she can see, at least. I don't know about Spark. I think she just turns to Akonis and really quietly under her breath, I don't think I can do this.
Do you want encouragement or me to take over?
You do feel a little squeeze on your hand.
I think you can do this, Maisie.
Looks at Alithos.
I mean, Alithos looks like Moxie, so is just sort of not betraying that front of like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Put the box in the thing and motion for Alithos to go.
Alithos does as she's told.
And Spark follows.
Into the cell? Okay. The cell door swings shut. And the door at the end of the hall clicks, and slowly, with a piercing squeak, opens. Russell rushes out and throws his arms around you, Maisie.
I think Maisie's like frozen.
There is an echo, an audible echo, of those two discordant voices. You have what you want. Leave now.
Looks at Gigi and Akonis. Guys, what's the plan?
I was with you.
Akonis, what's the plan?
Akonis looks very pained, but says, we leave.
Is it too late to back out?
Never.
Would you like to recant your end of the bargain?
Fuck. I think she freezes up again. I think she freezes up again because I'm freezing up.
Do any of you speak for her?
No. No, definitely not.
Would you like to recant your end of the bargain?
Did Spark communicate that they were going to do this?
Your mic's muted.
Push the button. Why didn't I mute? I mean, yeah, when I went invisible, I was probably just like, better to not be seen. I don't know if she even knew fully what it was. She just knew she wasn't gonna leave someone. And between her and Alethos, they both have like very shadowy, sneaky abilities. So trust us to get out of sticky situations over maybe others.
I think Akonis just says out loud to the sisters, what happens now?
You leave.
And after that?
Whatever happens depends on how foolish you are to return.
I guess we go then.
Okay. Okay. Start walking out, I guess.
Akonis will follow.
Gigi let Jesus take the wheel. You know, it's like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm assuming somebody has a plan somewhere. I wanted to be on team not knowing the plan, and I'm regretting that decision.
I'm giving them a solid bit of time to like get out of AoE before I start trying to do shit.
Allegedly.
Russell follows suit as well.
Yeah, because reminder, I do have the detonator button, and we will know when they pick up this weapon because we can see them. And then we run away and then push it.
Russell follows the three of you out. You step out of the threshold of the castle. A lake turns back into a well, and a weight is lifted off your shoulders.
I don't like this.
GG. Akonis, this is Russell.
Hey.
I hope he's worth it.
Okay.
He looks a little taken aback by that one. He extends a hand to you, Gigi.
Very enthusiastic handshake. Maybe coming down from the spike in emotions at that point, but it definitely is like very aggressive. But not like in a not like in an angry way, just like really aggressive.
I I apologize for the trouble I've caused.
Trouble's kind of like our thing, I think. It's kind of been the one consistent thing that we do. So, welcome.
That sounds like. Yes, Kian?
A point of clarification: is Akanis the only person that knows the plan right now?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay.
I know like half the plan. Like I know it's not exactly what we said we were gonna do, but I don't know what this. I don't know the specifics.
Okay. All right.
Vibes are that wasn't what it seemed. But as far as Gigi does, it's like I don't know. Was that Moxie? I didn't think about it that much.
We should get some space from here.
Okay. Okay.
Let's keep moving.
Russell nods and begins to move away. We are going to return to that little cell with Mox Lethos and Spark.
Question, just
How
to
dare
know
you.
how into the plan people are or aren't. For those not in the plan, do they even know that that's not actually Moxie? I mean, I guess you'd assume because Alethos isn't here.
I feel like it
At
makes
least.
them, but I just feel like it makes the most sense. It's like we're not sure, you know,
Mm-mm.
like
Maybe Alethos
that
got
preserves
pissy
the
and
plan.
ran away.
Because I feel like if Maisie knows that it's actually Alethos, then that kind of fucks the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's
It's
got to at least be
foolproof.
questionable.
I like it.
I do feel like Gigi's walking away from that building, going like, did we just like do the thing and not even like fight about it? Is that? But there's trust. There's trust in the plan, even if we don't know the plan.
Sorry. Spark and Alethos. You guys are trapped in a prison cell with a bomb. You watch your friends walk out and leave you behind, ostensibly Alethos.
Sounds about right.
What do you two do? Nothing has happened. There has been no change.
Are the sisters like in here? Can they see
Nope.
us? Or
They
okay.
are nowhere to be seen.
I think at this point there is like a I feel like maybe at this point, with how many times Spark just likes to go invisible and hide in shadows and shit, there's probably like a little code tap that she'll do so people know it's her and where she is. So I think this is like the first time there's a little like on the arm of Alethos to let them know that like she is here in this moment.
Interesting. I think Alethos is like sort of scanning this place, trying to see like, is there tech in here? What are my options?
There is no tech.
Okay.
The bomb is the closest thing to technology that you have, and of course the detonator that Spark has. Whether you know that she has that or not, beyond me.
I feel like, I mean, if there's a detonator to a bomb,
I feel like if
Spark's the one
built a
that
bomb-
fucking got it.
if somebody on the team gets the privilege of exploding something, I feel like it's Spark. But yeah, I think Alethos sort of gets that tap and tries to be very casual about it. Tries to not like outwardly like, I don't know if these people are looking at me. I don't see any cameras, but I don't know how magic works. What are you doing here?
I'll blow up a bomb.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna let you come here by yourself. This place is creepy as fuck.
I will have to agree with you there.
Very dark. And weird. Bad vibes.
Yes. I am resisting the urge to light it, but that would perhaps give away. What is the range on the bomb?
Well, it's supposed to be close proximity, so I'm just hoping like a room.
Okay. So they are
Really just supposed to
probably
fuck up Sim, you know.
so the others are probably a safe distance, yes?
Let's hope so.
So when shall we leave?
I mean, we need them to get the device, right? So they know that this isn't a setup. Because if we disappear first, that could be. Well, I guess could still work. We do have the big gun.
No, you're right. We should stick to the plan. When you need to run, I will be behind you. Do not wait for me.
What does that mean?
It means what I have said. I will be behind you. Or perhaps in front of you. I'm not certain on how the logistics will work, but I assume since you came here of your own volition that you are confident in your own abilities to get out.
I have at least 3 different options. Which, by the way, do you have options? Do you need armor? Do you need a knife? Both of those will get you out of here.
I also have options. I worry if Maisie was concerned that they are listening, I worry that she may have been correct and perhaps we do not want to discuss all of our options out loud.
There is a click
Mm.
as the door at the exit locks, and then another click as the door to your cell swings open. The door where Russell came from remained open.
I expect you to go to them.
Are you prepared for that outcome? Just gonna start walking.
Do you
Maybe
take the
Spark will
bomb
follow,
with
maybe not.
you?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Okay.
I feel like that's my job, right? Get it to them if they're not going to come to us.
You are basically funneled into a long corridor.
Mm.
Spark, do you follow? Invisible as you may be. You know Spark is behind you, Belito, so I will say there is a very subtle pitter-patter of Spark's feet. But you are led through various winding corridors that you are not sure you would have been able to see from any other part of the citadel. Into a side door, which opens up into a smaller throne room. A perfectly symmetrical room with 2 thrones angled inward and the 2 sisters sitting atop them. They are lounging. Their various sitting positions are wall mirrored, very casual, very laid back. They look upon you as you enter this room. Your lake of fear or anger turns into an ocean. The presence of these 2 individuals intensifies every negative thing you are feeling by a wild and unbearable margin. And they look down at you, Alethos, in your Moxie disguise and go, "Please set the weapon down."
Moxie will look very, I think, afraid. And will do as he's told. Very, the fear of God, etc., etc. Very mortal of him. And then back up again.
You will build us more drip cores.
That was not part of the arrangement.
Part of the arrangement was our acquisition of you.
You
What
have
did
acquired.
you think that meant?
I assumed to keep me from building another one for them.
The opposite.
You want me to build more for them?
You will build for us.
You have one.
This is not all we need.
What are you trying to blow up?
You will not build bombs. You will build drip cores.
What else are the drip cores for?
We are not certain. You would not know that. They stand up. And both of them
Several steps back.
sort of cock their heads to the side.
While this conversation's happening, Spark is looking for the exit. Trying to figure out
Very,
what
very
this
big,
room is.
clear set of double doors behind Alethos. Throne room doors.
Beautiful. That go like different than where we just were.
Yeah, you would imagine it goes out into the main hallway. You've seen
Okay.
you've seen the main hallway before. You know roughly what the layout is. They take a step towards you, Alethos. The man who designed stable drip cores would understand their technical implications.
Yes,
Know that they are more than weaponry.
Yes, I know. I know that they're more than weapons, but like to
That you will design more than weaponry. Your ideas already in your head, you will build them for us.
Okay. How do you know what's in my head?
We know how angry you are.
Yeah. I don't see how that translates into schematics.
The mind is a dam. Anger and all emotion are a throughput. Enough anger, and the dam breaks. We see into your mind because of how angry you are. We can't see into Moxie's mind.
Guess I'm not that angry.
You are. They take 2 more steps towards you, Alethos.
2 big ol' steps back.
10 big ol' steps towards the door. Quietly. Very quietly.
Quietly.
Mhm.
They are not paying much mind to you.
Cool.
We're going to cut back real quick, like, to Maisie, Russell, Akonis, and Gigi. You are in assumably safe distance from the bomb and from the Citadel.
For reference, I don't think Maisie has made eye contact with Russell a single time so far.
Has
I
Maisie
think-
said anything to him?
No.
Okay.
Until I think she breaks that by just saying, "Is it really you?"
He thinks for a moment. Sarah, I don't know how else to prove it. Let's think here. I went to training with you to become a scav. We met at that school. We bonded over a shared quality.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to go into details. You don't have to go into details. I guess I don't know. I believe you. I believe you. I think Maisie starts crying. And I think she hugs him.
Above the table, I would like to apologize in advance to everyone. You
Right.
hug him. You make contact with him. Your arms wrap around. Do you say anything?
I think she says, "I'm so sorry for leaving you."
He starts crying as well. He begins to say, "It's O." And at that moment, you feel, all of you, a wave of anger so deep and terrible that it gives you a good and proper migraine. And in the moment that Russell forgives you, there is a flurry of silver, thin silver lines that pass through him and back again. And you feel the structure of your hug give way. And he falls to pieces at your feet.
Maisie is still holding parts. She has not moved. And I think she falls down after that. Just hands and knees on the ground. She was crying before as like a good healthy cry, I think. And now it is the strained, teeth clenched, like sharp exhale through the teeth, just like tears dripping down from the front of her face. And she says nothing.
That moment, that image, that feeling is where we are going to end this episode.
10 more minutes. 10 more minutes.
Does Kian speak for all of you?
Let me
I'd say no to
blow up.
10 more
Let
minutes.
me blow
I mean, I can keep
up.
going.
I wouldn't say no to 10 more minutes if they
30
could
more
blow the
minutes.
fuck up
Shit.
for this.
Fucking hell.
8 hours. We go. We finish this shit tonight.
Yes.
We're not doing that. All right.
I tried, y'all.
All right. 10 more minutes.
Okay.
We are going to leave Maisie and Gigi and Alethos for the moment. Because Russell's life is not the only one that is under threat. Alethos, you're pretty sure your cover is blown? They take another step towards you.
I think every step they take towards me is like I am matching it, stepping back towards the door. Trying not to get like close enough that like it looks reasonable that I could yeet, because I don't want them to like magic close the door or whatever, but like it like clearly showing fear. Trying to.
They stop. And they cock their heads to the other side. They are, and I will reiterate this, perfectly reiterating each other's movements, mirrored perfectly down the middle. They look at you, Alethos, and they go, "Your friend sacrificed you to us to try and save a loved one.
Would you not do the same?
We would give up everything to bring our brothers back. But our family knows that. You blame them. They took away from you everything that you were and have expected you to give up even more in pursuit of their goals. You could have that life back. Is that something you would want?
What would you take from them to give it to me?
We have already canceled the deal. Their prize is forfeit. Nothing more would need to be taken. All you would need to do is bring us Moxie. They are the key to sending you home.
What can Moxie do that I cannot?
Moxie can stabilize drip core.
And you think I cannot?
We think before anyone else, he did. Whether you can or not does not mean you know all of the implications of this work. Moxie knows how to send you back. And we have the resources to make it possible. All you have to do is bring him here.
What do you want so badly?
We wanted Archimicarus. You took her from us. We wanted to expand our city, to have more room for people on the outskirts. You took that from us. We have only ever sought the good of Farlight. And now Mother is dying. Our brothers are dead. And our city is empty.
You wish Farlight to survive so badly you do not care what state it is in? Is Mother the best thing for Farlight? Is she dying for a reason?
She is dying for the people of this planet.
Is that not a noble sacrifice?
All sacrifices are noble from the side they are standing on.
And whose side is she? Yours, Farlight's, the world's?
Everyone's.
So then her sacrifice will not be in vain.
And your home will have been.
I had my chance.
And they convinced you to waste it.
They convinced me that my family was not the only one that mattered.
And that your family should be the only one that dies.
But they were not, and they will not be.
You are right. If we have to continue on to get to Moxie and to get to the rest of you, we will take their families as well.
And if Moxie does not come willingly,
We will do what we must.
and were I to go procure Moxie for you, what makes you so certain I would return?
Whether you return or not is irrelevant. We end up with Moxie either way.
So I should simply put in the legwork for you, as they say.
If you would like to survive,
I do not believe you could kill me in a way that matters. You should think your threats through better next time.
very well. It is like a mouse to be so confident. You know what? Go. Since you are so sure that your friends would do the same for you, let's find out. You will either defeat us, or we will win, we will get Moxie, and you will all be dead. At which point, when will you ever be certain?
There is one way to find out.
They turn and return to their seats.
I think Alethos leaves the box on the floor, is not going to go try to retrieve that nonsense. And I don't think turns and walks away. I don't know that I trust them with my back yet. I think Alethos watches them for a long moment and then just disappears. Alethos becomes invisible.
The door is opened for you.
Cool.
It's a pretty straight shot out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gone. Dipping.
As Alethos turns invisible, I chunk my little teleporty dagger way the fuck out the door to give you some more space. I want to catch eyes, make sure that they're still next to the box. I hit the bump button and then bamf to my sword or my dagger.
Okay. I will say that story-wise, it's sick as hell if a dagger lands near a Conus and then Sparks and Alethos come tumbling out of it.
Oh,
the
Alethos
button-
is not corporeal. It is just Spark.
Sure. There is a blinding white flash, Maisie, as you are grieving on the floor for your friend, whom you have lost yet again. A stunning, brilliant white flash. When the blindness clears, a chunk of the castle, in the shape of a sphere, is missing, and all that remains of that spot are what appear to be the citadel of the Night Watch, as though they were shards of glass suspended outward from the throne room of the castle. Your fear and your anger disappears. And that, if nobody has anything else,
10 more minutes.
does Kian speak for you?
I want to know what happens to Alethos.
Yeah.
Just a zesty little Alethos stinger.
I mean, we can keep going if you want to keep going.
Maybe.
Just 1 or 2 more minutes. Maybe it's
Okay.
a little
I could
Alethos
hang
One
I
or
could
two more
chill.
minutes. One more 2 minutes.
I
We're gonna
could
2 more
chill.
minutes. Alethos. Since we're sort of in a peculiar hammer time here, we'll do a couple more minutes. I'll have you make a couple very important rolls.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
Because you've opted not to teleport with Sparks,
Well, I
despite the narrative hammer that I have offered to you. Okay. Well, then I think we will end it here.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
What?
I think it's easier to end it here.
That makes sense. I'm game either way. I don't even go here anymore.
Thank you all so much for joining us for the what's it called when it's like the finale before the finale, right?
Penultimate?
Penultimate.
Yeah, this was kind of penultimate. It's going to be like a two-parter. 7 and 8 are going to
so
be both.
antepenultimate in that case.
And sure, I'm not going to say all that. It's penultimate. 7 and 8 are to be considered the same episode.
Okay.
But thank you all so much for joining for the penultimate episode of Beacons of Farlight. Period. The whole thing.
The
whole thing.
It's a while.
I'm gonna give my players a chance to go around, introduce themselves, and plug anything they would like to plug. We are going to, as always, start with Taylor.
Oh, hi. I'm Taylor Apatito. I think just that on Blue Sky. I don't remember which ones have underscores or not. But you can find me here hanging out in Discord. I ain't doing like a whole lot right now other than this. We've got some werewolf. You can catch up on that, especially if you're just kind of like really hating the state of the world currently. We do try to dismantle that and give some sort of peace. There's not much, but it's fun to just like punch people that are shitty. I'll let Kit do the wonderful spiel for Bloom and Blight because their script is so much better than mine. But there are gonna be some more fun things coming. I might Harp gets to hang out with me every Wednesday starting soon. So well, we got projects. But who's on the screen next to me? I've been over here crocheting, so I think I'm going to make a little cozy for the microphone and wrap it up in a cute little bag, and then I'm gonna mail it with some like freshly baked cookies over to Eve.
Cookies.
Yeah, it feels
Delicious.
like that'd be nice
Love
right now.
that. No, it would be nice. Very nice. I don't have any prop cookies to pretend to eat, so just enjoy these imaginary ones instead. But yeah, I'm Ethan, whatever the fuck you are. I don't give a shit. What the hell? At EJ the Grey on pretty much just Blue Sky. Don't look for anywhere else. Don't do it. I played this game for now. Might play some other game in the future. But yeah, that's it. I'm here. I'm around. Tell me if you want to run a game. We're working on it. That's all I got. I'm gonna keep that cozy though. I'm gonna like unfold it and turn it into a coaster. Sounds like something that's probably possible. And then I'm gonna dunk the microphone in a large Mountain Dew Baja Blast and drop it drop it into the ether until it arrives at Harp's place. What?
It turned into a Coca-Cola. I don't know what
What
to
the
say. It turned into a regular normal sized Coca-Cola. Holy shit. Hi, I'm Harper. I do this. And every other yesterday, I'm on Entropy Emporium for They Call Us Villains. I'm also on YouTube. I'm gonna be making another YouTube video soon. You know, give me to 25,000 subscribers, and I will do a face reveal. So you have that to look forward to. It's Harping Harp, and that's it. Kit, I'm going to offer you a verbal hypothetical microphone.
Okay,
Um,
I'm listening.
it's not going to be really tangible. It's more of like a thought experiment.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
so you can choose to accept the microphone, or you can choose to not accept the microphone. That's kind of the proposition here.
Okay. All right. I see what you're putting down. You know, I'll play in this space. I'll play. I'm imagining the microphone. I'm thinking about it. I'm letting it marinate. And oh shit, there's a microphone. I'm not going to pull it down because this is a sort of tenuous microphone arm setup that we've got going on. She's temperamental and I don't want to anger her. Hello. I'm Kit. You can find me places on the internet. Probably at Kit Roll, the same way that it is spelled somewhere around me. Probably. I don't know. It's been a minute, y'all. I do things places right now. I'm mostly just doing this as far as seeing my face on the internet. So catch us next time to see what the fuck happened to Alethos. Who knows? Not me. But if you want to just hear my voice and not see my face for whatever reason, you do you. You can check out Bloom and Blight. It is our Magical Girl podcast. You can find it anywhere you get your podcast. If it's not a place and it should be a place, let me know. I got you, bestie. It's magical girls, queer stories. We'll make you cry. We'll make you laugh. We'll probably make you angry. Maybe not as angry as we made you tonight, but also maybe so. Who knows? But it's a great show. We just started season 2. So many recordings happening. We just started season 2. You can get it wherever you get your podcasts. Check it out. We've got an absolutely amazing cast. And we drop every other Thursday. Not tomorrow, but the next one. So check it out. That's all I got for now. And my brain is frazzled from just those two things. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap. I'm gonna go pack my little overnight bag. And I'm gonna stick a mic in that little overnight bag, and I'm gonna hop in the car and head on over to Kian's house. And we're gonna have a little sleepover.
All the way to Texas. This is wild.
A cursed
The things we
land.
do for friends.
Honestly, cursed land. Nobody come to Texas. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on Blue Sky at uptight-chiffon. I am every other Tuesday over on Lost. Whoa. Over on Entropy Emporium for They Call Us Villains, our horror mask actual play. Every Saturday for the foreseeable future for the next couple of weeks, I am over on Entropy Emporium for God Killer Desecration with JD. I get to run that game. We will be rescheduling the last half of the finale of Blooming in the Rot, our Invisible Sun actual play. And I have another project coming up that I can't talk about yet, but I'm really excited about. I will be announcing it soon, so definitely keep an eye out on social media. That is where you will find it first. I am going to summon a Meryl Pokemon because that's what we were talking about before stream. And I'm going to feed it the mic, and it is going to eat the mic, and then I'm going to punt the Meryl Pokemon over to JT.
I will catch the poor Meryl Pokemon who has been summarily kicked, and I will get the mic from it. Hi, I'm JT. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me all over the internet at WeebG. You can also find me all over the internet at Entropy Emporium, because that channel they've all mentioned, technically mine. Only technically. As far as stuff that's going on, You can find me every other Thursday on Entropy Emporium playing in God Complex. It is our Girl by Moonlight actual play that is Neon Genesis Evangelion. Every other Friday, you can find me on Entropy Emporium running the Weird Wilds War. It is a 5e homebrew campaign that has been a lot of fun. You will find me in that Blooming in the Rot Part 2 finale situation. I play the nicest man on earth. What else am I doing? I'm writing more Beacon, I guess, which you can find us not in 2 Wednesdays, but in 4 on account of some stuff. I refuse to let this finale be anything less than spectacular. It's a 2-part finale. It's going to be 2 parts. It's episodes 7 and 8. They should be considered one episode, I maintain. But that is all for me without going into the Entropy spiel. Wait, that reminds me. I have a show coming up on Entropy that I'm going to talk about to the end of time because the tech people on it are so goddamn cool. And there's going to be character art and it's going to be theatrical because we have set pieces that like move and stuff. It's so sick. It's the sickest thing on earth. That's going to be Star Shard, our shonen AP over on Entropy that I am running. It has an absolute killer cast. It has an absolute killer tech person behind the scenes. It has shonen stuff like, One Piece, probably, I would imagine, among others. Please check it out. There's going to be more on that soon. We're in pre-production, sort of. That's all. I'm going to pass it to whomsoever is doing administrative stuff, be it Tay or Eve. So I'm gonna quantumly
I'll take
entangle
it.
my mic to yours
I'll
and
take it.
return it to you for the administration.
Okay, the administration. We already talked about all the things we're doing on the channel. Like werewolves around. Maybe next week, maybe not. We'll find out. Keep an eye on the socials. Blue Sky is where we post pretty much everything. I don't know if we post anywhere else at this point. It's just those social medias, they just keep getting more and more fascist, and we just have to stop using them. It's crazy. It's just like that's what's going on these days. But right now we're gonna raid over to, I believe they're still live. Yes, our good friend GM Hina. They're playing I believe this is a masks game. If I remember correctly, but they're playing some tabletop RPG, so you could just go bring the love with us. We got a good few number of folks. So thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. In 4 weeks for Beacon? Is that what I heard? Did I hear that?
Yes.
Okay, in 4 weeks. See you in April.
Oh my god, 10 more minutes then. Damn.
10 more minutes. No. No more minutes. We're
Ah.
gone.
I'm
We're
sorry, I
hitting-
tried, guys.
The raid's beginning. The raid's beginning, and we're waving
Ah.
bye. Goodbye. Oh my god, bye.